In this lecture, we want to add action to our toolbar. Actions are typically placed in the right side of the toolbar or alongside the pop-up menu, which is very practical. It can be said that over 80% of Android applications have actions on their toolbars. For example, consider the AliExpress shopping app. Alongside the pop-up menu, we see two actions. One is for search and the other is for seeing and managing the shopping. With a few lines of code, we can easily add action to our toolbar. Now, let's add an action to our toolbar. To do this, for each of my actions, I must select an icon and put the icon inside the drawable folder. In the previous section, I gave detailed explanations about material icons. In the materialdesignicons.com, I can find my desired icon. In this section, I type search. For example, I want to use this icon in my application. I go to Advanced Export. Note that the icon size for the action should be 48 or 24. I set its color on white. And finally, I click on this button to start downloading the icon. Okay, my icon was downloaded. I go to download and copy my icon, return to Android Studio, and paste it inside the drawable folder. Yes. So far, I have placed my icon inside the drawable folder. Now, inside the menu folder, the menu layer, actually menu underscore main, I open it. In this section, I define a new item. I open the item tag and enter. I define the Android title attribute. Inside the double quotation, I have to enter the title of our item. But for actions, we don't need that. So I leave it as is, empty. I type Android colon ID @ plus ID slash. For example, I set its ID to search underscore ID. After the ID, I type Android colon icon. Using this attribute, I declare our actions icon to this item. I type @ drawable / magnify. which means inside the drawable folder, the magnify icon actually magnify.png. Very well. One enter, app, colon, I hit alt and enter and import it this way, type, show as action, take care about capital and small letters, it equals, double quotation, control and space always. I close my item with a slash. Okay, what we did was to define an item, and I set the item as empty. Actually, I left it as is and defined it an ID and declared our icon to this item, and using the show as action attribute, we defined our item as an action. Okay, let's run our project on the emulator for Nexus 6. Yes. Alright, the application is running. You see that an action has been created alongside the pop-up menu. Yes. Very easily, with just a few lines of code, we were able to add an action to our toolbar. Now let's add another action to our toolbar. I stop the emulator. I go to materialdesignicons.com and select another icon for my second action. For example, the shopping cart. Let me look for it. Yes, I scroll down the page. Here it is, the shopping cart icon. I click on the icon, advanced export. I set its icon size, and finally I download the icon. I go to downloads, copy the icon, return to Android Studio and paste it here. Yes. Okay, so far I placed my second icon inside the drawable folder. For the next action of mine, I'm going to define a new item. I open the item tag, yes, and enter. I set the Android title attribute. I set the Android title attribute to empty. Yes, I type Android : ID @ plus ID slash. For example, I set its ID to cart underscore ID. After the ID, I'm going to type Android : icon. The icon for my second action is here defined to this item. I type @drawable slash cart, which means inside the drawable folder, the cart.png icon. Alright, app colon show as action equals double quotation, control and space, and I select always from this list. Alright, you see that Android Studio has showed a warning. Actually, it says that as we have more than one action and define more than one action, it's better that we use if room instead of always in the show as action.